Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In this video, I've got some stories to share with you. Okay, let's begin with the crypto fundamentals, shall we? Will the SEC reach a settlement with Ripple today during the regulator's private meetings? Aside from this one, there is a great deal of conjecture circulating on social media today. You sent this earlier today. The chief legal officer of Ripple has hinted that the SEC would lose the lawsuit if it goes to the Supreme Court. Accordingly, that might still happen. Also, the crypto basic XRP army is in a state of panic over this. Because XRP withdrawals through XRPL were banned by Binance. I'll bring it up with you. Many in the community are guessing that today's closed-door SEC meeting indicates that Ripple and the SEC are likely to settle, and I'll tell you what, I'll show you why. However, I find this to be true. So, time will tell. Naturally, if I'm lucky, it will have happened by the time this dreaded thing is uploaded. After that, I only seemed as a dam that anyone might jump on. However, I do not think that is very likely. First things first, I want it to be crystal clear, I am not providing financial advice, and I do not have any form of financial support. By the way, you shouldn't base any purchases or sales on what I say, okay? I'm just a curious bystander that loves to vlog about cryptocurrency on YouTube. However, merely as a pastime and for enjoyment. Okay, so maybe keep this in mind as a little table centerpiece, or just in case. On November 22nd, there was an announcement regarding the crypto basic SEC meeting, which has since sparked hopes for a potential settlement and the Ripple case. The article is unnecessary for me to read. Nonetheless, they cite this specific page on the SEC's official website. This meeting is being announced today from 1 to 5 p.m. in accordance with the Sunshine Act. By the time I finish taping this, it will have already been completed. I still don't believe this will lead to a settlement, even though it is something that could be considered. Although that could work in theory, it would not guarantee that we would receive the news breaking today, even if that were to occur. I get it, today could be a possible decision-making day in theory. Here it is again, the significance of 2:15 p.m. This coming Thursday, November 30th, 2023. After saying, I'm not interested in reading this entire thing, they proceed to cite the topic in question. What interests us is this bullet point right here, which deals with the institution and settlement of injunctive actions, followed by the institution and settlement of administrative processes. I've highlighted it on the screen for your convenience. This isn't directly related to Ripple, but I get it, and it's not unreasonable to think that it may be. Maybe we'll talk about Ripple then? I would be completely unsurprised by that. The only remaining question is whether or not a settlement will be reached, which takes us to the prior piece asking if the SEC will settle with Ripple today. For many cryptocurrency investors, today, November 30th, is simply another day in the crypto market as the SEC's scheduled closed-door meeting has stoked a surge of speculation about a possible settlement and the ongoing legal battle over Ripple. Like any other day in the cryptocurrency market, I believe they mean. On the other hand, crypto video people. But for certain XRP holders, November 30th, 2023, is the date that could see the SEC versus Ripple dispute finally come to a close. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has set the door to its close meeting to blah, 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 as previously reported. An announcement states that at the meeting, which is set to take place at the SEC headquarters in Washington, D.C., all top officials and commissioners are anticipated to be present. Those officials from the SEC who are unable to attend in person will still be able to participate virtually. Injunctive action settlements and other administrative proceeds are on the agenda for this meeting. Despite the SEC's omission of reference to the Ripple lawsuit in the announcement, rumors have circulated among XRP enthusiasts regarding a possible settlement between the securities regulator and Ripple following discussions of a closed-door meeting and possible resolution of injunctive actions. The SEC has shown no signs of wanting to negotiate a settlement with Ripple, the blockchain business, since December 2020, when it filed charges against Ripple for breaching federal securities laws. Instead, it has spared no effort in its legal battle against Ripple, anticipating a resounding triumph. Alright, I don't mind if people are curious about the possibility of discussing or even considering Ripple. That's what I'll repeat. The possibilities, in my view, the fact. I think we can safely say the ship is sold now. Perhaps we strike it rich at some point, I don't know. Regardless, I remain doubtful about the look, and we will examine the SEC's latest stance. Legal status is the most important thing for XRP, and they have already failed on that front. That isn't. Invest in safety. What exactly are they now that they've lost it? What are the risks involved? Going the extra mile? Well, I suppose if they're planning to go to such extremes, then it's clear. If they proceed to the following phase, there are specific items that could be submitted. However, at this juncture, how much does it really concern us, because XRP, based on what they stated, they will not be pursuing an appeal about that. That was said by the SEC. So, Ripple can respond to arguments regarding programmatic versus institutional sales. At this moment, what is the true motivation? You can tell they're taking this seriously because of the way Ripple is positioned. It's not like it's merely posturing. This is the same headline from earlier today. The XRP case between Ripple and the SEC could be settled to the tune of $208, thanks to the prospect of a trip to the Supreme Court. That is incorrect. Stewart, Chief Legal Officer of Ripple Labs, has already published an X post that implies that he feels the SEC is likely to lose its legal battle against Ripple, suggesting that Ripple could end up losing if the matter is carried to the Supreme Court. This, however, is contingent upon someone bringing the matter to the U.S. Supreme Court. To be honest, I'm not sure what I would do if the situation arose. Specifically, Ripple will be advocating for that. On the other hand, if the XRP legal clarity issue comes to a head, they will oppose it. It is not the goal of the SEC to possess that chain. I believe we're covered in that regard. However, Stewart has already posted this. The two of them exchanged this screen capture from the Wall Street Journal, which I can expand to fill the entire screen. According to his article in today's Wall Street Journal, the Supreme Court has issued multiple rulings that have been detrimental to the SEC in the past few years. He goes on to state that the SEC is far from perfect. It is distended and shattered. And surrounded. Embrace the opportunity when it presents itself. Yes, yes, and yes on every front. Without a doubt, here is the opinion of Attorney John Deaton on the matter. Reposting it, he recalled that some people said you're crazy when he sued the SEC. Given the boundless resources provided by the American taxpayer, the SEC excels solely in its primary function of scaring individuals. Also, some people are scared that if they battle the SEC may go to the IRS for help. It was in the face of tyrannical government intervention and tyranny that our nation was born. Standing up and resisting is very American. Yeah. So, I don't believe that was something that bothered Attorney Deaton. Like the rest of us, I believe he was extremely annoyed by the SEC's outrageous overreach. With Nance's decision to halt XRP withdrawals through the XRP ledger, the crypto basic XRP army is understandably freaking out. Additionally, I felt the need to call attention to this because it was a big deal, and now it's over. Edward Farina disseminated this information extensively, and much to everyone's astonishment, broken finances halted the withdrawal of XRP. Exit the trade with your cryptocurrency. The message of removing cryptocurrency off exchanges is fine with me. In the end, it's up to the people. Keeping cryptocurrency on exchange is a bad idea, in my opinion. Naturally, there are dangers associated with self-custody, but for some reason, nobody seems to notice. Therefore, there are dangers regardless. In my opinion, keeping cryptocurrency on exchange is more worse. But those were different posts, and I'd rather not discuss them here in the video. Here we are discussing actions with regard to XRP in particular. You receive a lot of likes and comments on a big, meaningless post, and I get that. But Actually, it's merely related to wallet maintenance, which is something that Binance does from time to time. Next, the cryptocurrency in question, it might be XRP or another one, will be down for a short maintenance time. After that, you'll be able to transfer your XRP or whatever it is you're holding. When I was able to utilize the original bindings in 2017 and 2018, I encountered that a lot. There was a time when it was legal in the US, but that was long ago. People of all stripes used it. Things like this happen with other types of transfers as well, so it's not surprising. I simply do not want it to be agitated to an extreme. It does sound exciting, I understand it. I get it, there's no need to worry about receiving attention. Since this is not a major issue, I would prefer to live in reality. It turns out that this other item wasn't even that big of a deal, but I can see why people were worried about it because it was causing a lot of stress. I just want to reassure everyone. In my honest opinion, this is a more just and logical matter to be worried about than the Binance scenario. This is an article. Of course, hello, XRP users. We have discovered an issue with our back-end services. This message was released yesterday by the official Ledger support account. Our team is actively working on a solution for XRP. Adding or sending XRP to your Ledger Live account may be unavailable at this time. Your funds will be unaffected as of Ledger Live. You can access and manage your XRP by connecting your Ledger Nano to the XRP toolkit. We will push a patch when we have an update. That is all. Afterwards, the joke was being made by some. Oh, hardware wallet for the Ledger, they say. To make a light-hearted analogy, it's similar to a centralized exchange. That being said, you are still in charge of your own finances, so there is some truth to it, but not really. It was only their software, Ledger Live, that was compromised, your actual account was unaffected. As I mentioned before, you can utilize the XRP toolkit in the interim. Consequently, it was ultimately meaningless. Still, many were naturally worried. After all, when dealing with the frail, a large chunk of people's wealth is at stake. Plus, it failed to clarify the reason behind the events, which is understandably concerning. Plus, they were vague at first, but they did provide a solution in the end. I only wanted to draw attention to this. An update on this was really made by the XRP Ledger Foundation, as you can see here. Because of a postponed configuration update, they also wrote, XRP-ocluster.com is relied upon by those. We apologize for any inconvenience caused, but we have resolved the issue with connecting to the public complete history nodes using HTTP post-RPC instead of WebSocket transports. The monitoring has also been improved. Excuse me, but I'm not going to act like I understand all the geek jargon. However, this was fundamental to the problem. Indeed, this was the one that was noticed since it was so Ledger and had a mute. Certainly, the Ledger support team communicated. The problem has been fixed. Plus, Weitz reposted it, so it was a win all around. In addition, he mentioned that the XRP Ledger may have been down for connections for the last several hours for people using Ledger hardware items. Thanks to a modification and setup at xrplcluster.com, this issue has been fixed. Nodes in the public XRP Ledger. So it was utterly insignificant. Furthermore, I do not hold anyone responsible for their worry. This is real, and more people need to know about it, so I would help get the word out. However, this is hardly a catastrophic event. Just because this isn't a red flag doesn't imply you can't trust Ledger hardware wallets. Yeah, that's not right. Once again, the issue was fixed really promptly. I felt the need to bring all this up, though. And such it is. A snooze fest for all it's fine. No matter what I say, you shouldn't buy or sell anything. I'm not a financial advisor. And please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.